You have to give it 110% and really focus on the game. I mean, you do have to live a college life and experience, but there's a real job at hand for those individuals, and those three quarterbacks are obviously looking to the older, more experienced. And you're looking at Josh being more experienced, having a full year under his belt. How he works out, and he'll be able to help lead that young group of freshmen.
I guess how important was it for Coach Jones to get all you guys who are alumni involved in the program with this rebuilding process?
It's been incredible. I mean, to be able to really feel welcome when you come into the facility. You don't have to worry about checking in or get a pass to come to practice. I mean, you're welcome, you're loved, and it's. I think that's something that's been needed for quite some time. I mean, Philip obviously had that. He had that role as a coach, and now seeing how Coach Jones has come in and kind of welcomed everyone, and he wants us involved. He wants us to show up to practice, and when you don't show up, he picks up the phone and says, "Hey, it's time for you to come back." And so that's the type of relationship that he's trying to build, and it's become a family. It's a family all over again. And I think once you have that family atmosphere from a team standpoint, alumni standpoint, I think that carries over to the fans, and it obviously carries over the success that they're going to have on the field.
Could you say is this as optimistic as you've been about the Vols in X amount of years?
I mean, if you're looking about a team that started playing really well toward the latter part of the year, gaining experience, 2 or 3 years of really great recruiting classes. The opportunities ahead of us, and I think it's that focus on the first few games. I mean, you got the Arkansas game, you got the Oklahoma game. Those are going to be real tests for us early, and it'd be really great to get those early wins when we really start in the SEC East and have an opportunity to play in the championship game in Atlanta.
I guess you're still a young man, and foray into politics. I mean, are you going to get back in at some point and run for Senate or anything like that?
I've been asked even recently, and I'm like, I'm not. My kids are 10 and 14, and I loved serving my country. I didn't like the politics of it. I just think that I was never really politically engaged. But I do love serving my country and state and the community that given me so much. So, at a later date, maybe, because I've gotten to the point now in life, I never say never. But I think there's other opportunities. I really enjoy doing what I'm doing. The corporate atmosphere has been good. It's kind of my first step into the corporate world, and it's been really great. I work for a great group of people and a great company.
I guess, what do you like about that job, basically?
It's been great. I mean, it's I still get to have the leadership. I got a really great group. I'm still actively involved in the community, doing a lot of the community work involvement, the political work in Washington. So I still have kind of my foot in the door there. I don't do any lobbying, but I help direct our lobbyists that we do have and the consultants that we do have, and helping the company kind of see maybe from a different angle, because it's with a regulated industry like we are, it is somewhat political in those. So it's give that leadership quality, that skill set to a group, and also kind of how we need to handle our external relations.
Like an understanding of how Washington works.
Yeah,
you kind of know who
it's
you're
an understanding.
supposed to.
Yeah, it's an understanding of how it works, and it just it's more than you have to have the policy, but you certainly have to have the relationships, and I think that's where I really build a strong relationships on both sides of the political aisle, Democrats and Republicans. It really never mattered to me, about the relationship and friendship that I had. So I think that's really carried over, and we get good advice from certainly the members of Congress.
I know you got asked about this a little bit. Just want to take it back to football real quick. You mentioned kind of the younger guys getting used to Josh. Just what do you think about Josh this year? What do you feel like is?
Well, I mean, obviously his skill set, the ability to run the ball, escape from the pocket, that puts pressure on the defense. That doesn't make it as difficult on the offensive line. Great experience latter part of the year for him to get in some game situations, making in some playing a critical role, making the plays when you need to make them. And Josh did a fabulous job, and I think he's that true leader on the team, and he's going to give us an opportunity. Smart player, doesn't make mistakes, doesn't turn the ball over, and his athleticism will put us in give us more opportunities to win this year.
When you see the kind of zone read stuff that you see everywhere now, you kind of wish they had this when you were playing.
Oh my goodness! I mean, I see that now, and I'm like, no huddle, which I loved, and zone read, and being able to, the option. If you'll recall, I mean, we ran it. Cutcliffe, he and Coach Fulmer, my sophomore year, I mean, we were running the whether it be the speed option, we ran the option. We got inside the red zone, we were running the option. Could you imagine if we had that type now, open field? I mean, I would have loved that. That was kind of more, probably fit my skill sets better than just I wasn't a straight drop back passer.
Right.
I know it's still a year away, but have you thought about what a cool scene it's going to be at Bristol Motor Speedway?
I cannot wait. That is going to be incredible. That'll be that's going to be a highlight. I've got a lot of friends that are Virginia Tech grads, so it's having that opportunity to go there and play in such great crowds, and there is no doubt the Tennessee fans will show up for that game.
You fully intend to be at that?
Oh, I will be there. I will be there. Good Lord willing, I will be there.
Can you get me a ticket?
Yeah. You won't have any problem getting a ticket.